Alright, well, welcome back to another video, everyone. My name's Daniel, it's Tech FDM, and this is the full review of the Google Pixel Buds 2. First off, the size and the touch of them. Honestly, they feel really nice in the hand, very solid feeling. The hinge mechanism, super fun to play with. Probably should not play with them too much. Don't want to ruin the hinge, but magnetic enclosure works great. Start right up when you open them. Pairing, super easy. As soon as you open them, they start right up. Pairs to the phone. Take them out. Doesn't matter which one, they both work. Both sides. Right in your ear. If you just choose to use one bud, that works great. Just either one. All the functions, all the touch functions, they work on both. Nothing to play with, really, as far as settings go. No issues. If you do run into an issue, I had some trouble getting it as soon as you open the enclosure. Like the AirPods, the setting pops up, and they said a similar thing would happen. Didn't really have that happen, but one of the Bluetooth settings popped up immediately. They're right there. Clicked on it, paired. That was it. Battery life. Battery life has been very good, actually. I haven't had any issues. I ran them for a while. Music only, or listening to videos, YouTube videos and stuff. They worked great. Took phone calls, I didn't have any issues there. When I talked to a few people, they didn't seem to really notice much of a difference. They felt like maybe I wasn't talking directly into the phone, but they could hear me clearly. Was no issues there. Also, the assistant worked great. Just hold it for a couple seconds, start talking. You don't have to say, "Hey Google," you don't have to say anything funny. Phone still caught that. Look at that. You don't have to say anything weird. Or just hold it, start talking. You'll hear the double beep or whatever start up. So you don't have to worry about that. Provide all the functions. The text messaging read back was actually very helpful. It tells you who you get the message from. So you just hold it. When the message comes in, hold it and reads back the message. If you don't hold it or anything, it'll tell you like, oh, message from Christina, or message from whoever, mom, dad, whatever your contact name is, right? So that was really helpful. It reads it back. You ask if you want to reply, so that's pretty useful. Great setting there. Sound quality, I'm not an audiophile by any means. When I heard about these, originally I did want the first ones. I know I said that in the last video. I really did want the first ones. I just couldn't afford them at the time. Probably a good reason not to buy them. But when these came out, I was really excited when these were announced. And they worked out great. The little ear hook, actually, it's another little feature I like. That part we'll get to in a minute. There's something I want to talk about in that. But as for the sound quality, like I was saying, it doesn't have a lot of bass, but that's fine. I'm not a big bass person. I'm not looking for anything heavy. I don't listen to really heavy music. I thought they worked great. They got pretty loud. Again, you can control that both. Just swipe forward for the volume, swipe back for lowering the volume. So those gestures worked out great, but not really tinny at all. It was not like really high pitched or nothing. Just general soundstage is really good. Like I said, I wasn't looking for any heavy bass or anything, so if you're looking for a really heavy bass listener, I would not go with these. But for the full Android experience and the Google Pixel experience is what I can kind of go for. Pixel 4 XL, Pixel Buds, they work great. I've had no issues there. Feel in the ear, so that's where I want to get to about the ear hook. The ear hook, it did work as stated. It really does feel, you can feel it in your ear. It doesn't hurt at first, or to feel like uncomfortable when you put them in or anything. It works really easy. You just put it in, you put it in your ear, you twist a little bit and push it in, and it's in. No issues there. So they work as stated. They don't feel heavy or uncomfortable. I've used them for hours at a time, outside, running a little bit. I should probably do more of that, but running a bit. Haven't had any issues with connection or anything. The only thing is, after several hours of listening, like any in-ear earphones, you do start to feel it a little bit. It's mostly on the ear hook because that's the anchor point. You feel a little bit of soreness in your ear, and maybe that's just me. I don't know, I've always felt that with any of the earbuds. These as well. The Beats, just on like the tops of your ears, I feel it after a while too. Your ears kind of feel a little bit sore. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to like listen to music for a long period of time. That the little ear hook, it does kind of, let's see if we can get that in focus. Probably a little too small. Anyway, it does start to feel a little bit. The spatial vent does not let in a lot of sound. That's not an issue at all. I mean, you hear a little bit, you can hear something, you don't feel so plugged, which I really appreciated, because these, especially, like I said, they provided the feeling of bass because they plugged your ears really well. But after a while, that kind of gets annoying. So the feeling of not feeling plugged in your ear, it's a lot less than in other earphones like that, which I really appreciated because it does have that, that silicone tip. Pull up the left one. Silicone tip to help provide that stabilization, that kind of enclosure in your ear, but the vent does help eliminate a little bit of that, mitigate a bit of it, because it does get kind of on other earphones, it just kind of get, I mean, if you guys like that, that's great. I know some people that really like that if it's better in the ear when they do, but just keep that in mind. Battery life, go back to that a little bit. I didn't have many issues. They last a while. I'll usually use them for, here and there, put them in for a little while, an hour or two, put them down, pick them up the next day or something, put them in again, listen to a few bit more. The wireless charging, super helpful. I have a Pixel stand on my nightstand, but when these need to get charged, I just, throw them on there. And there was the issue, and it is an issue, of you can't just put them, regular like that on the Pixel stand. Let's see if I can block my face and get the focus in there. You can't just put them up straight up like that. Tips and tricks: turn them over, put them upside down. Perfect fit. Charges them quickly. You have no issues. It's kind of weird, but it works. So keep that in mind. But otherwise, the case lasts a while. Probably charge them maybe once a week. I don't use them too heavily. Maybe once every couple weeks, just based on how often I use them. But no issues. Throw them on there for a couple hours and they're good to go. I didn't really test out the 0 to 100 timing because I didn't really pay attention. I'll just throw it on when I'm at work or something. Throw them on there. So there's that. So keep that in mind. But from what I paid attention to, what I noticed, the charges pretty quickly. The 0 to 10 sound for extra 2 hours of listening, I would agree to that. Seemed to charge it up pretty quickly. Again, I didn't really test that because I just kind of threw it on when I was busy otherwise. It doesn't have active noise canceling. That's one of the features missing from these buds, right? So that's I didn't really get to test that out because, what's going on right now is not really anything open. Can't really hang out anywhere where there's a lot of people, so I didn't really get a chance to test that too much. Do I think they're worth it at the price point? For $179? I think so. Again, wireless charging, super helpful. They work great. I have not had any issues, no disconnecting. The only issue is there's this weird thing. I know Google said they're working on it, but if you close your ears like that, you cup your ears, for whatever reason, it disconnects. Kind of odd. I mean, you're not expecting to walk around like this. It's kind of weird, But keep that in mind. That does cause a disconnect. I don't know why you would be doing that, especially if you're wearing headphones. I mean, if you're trying to listen to something, maybe, like trying to hear a phone call in a really loud area, like a stadium. But that's going to be the case with your phone anyway, so that's kind of weird. But yeah, for me, they felt great, fit great, not uncomfortable, sound pretty good, especially for what I was hoping for, what I was expecting. Any takeaways? No, not really. Like I said, no noise canceling, but if that's what you're looking for, don't look at these. They don't have that feature at all. They don't pretend to be. They're not pretending to be like, oh, we have like some noise canceling or whatever. No, none of that. None of that plugged feeling. Just simple earbuds go in your ear. Small profile, unlike the Surface buds. Cause Just a low profile, stick in your ear. So, you know, if you're really looking into that, if you have a Pixel phone especially, I was just looking for that, looking into that because, you know, they work great, especially with the Pixel devices. I haven't had any issues with connections or anything like that. Again, I use a Pixel 4 XL, so a little bit biased there, but you know what? Tell it like it is. It's, you know, they work great. Real simple setup, function great. All the gestures and stuff work, no issues there. Google Assistant in your ear, super helpful. Especially when you don't look like you're talking to your phone, like, hey, da 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 da. Can you call this and order this? You just, real quick up here, remind me to pick up pizza on the way home. Done, simple, straightforward. So, thanks again, guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're interested in seeing more videos, I'll be having more coming out soon. It was a bit of a delay between this one and the last one, but thank you for coming back and viewing this other one. If you're interested in more videos like this, I'll be posting more, so hit that subscribe button down below. I'll link the buds down below as well, just in case you want to check them out, pick them up. And maybe a couple of alternatives that I'm interested in that look interesting at a lower price point that should work out great, so keep an eye out on those. More things coming soon. Take it easy.